They say the mind breaks slowly like a hairline fracture in glass, spreading quietly until one day everything shatters. But Daniel's mind didn't break. It was invited to something else, something worse. He moved into the Ashcroft building in winter. The sky was always gray, the hallways smelled like bleach and rot, and the elevator made a sound like a dying animal. Apartment 6B was directly across from 6C. The door to 6C was sealed shut with rusted screws, paint peeling, no doorbell, no peephole, just wrong. On his first night, Daniel woke at 3:13 a.m., not from a dream. He didn't remember sleeping. He heard humming, not music, just a low, broken sound, like someone trying to imitate what a human might sound like if they'd never been one. He peeked through his door's peephole. A man stood outside 6C, still, not facing the door, facing his door. He was deathly pale, lips twitching into a half smile. His eyes didn't blink. Daniel stared through the peephole, and then the man's eyes shifted. He looked straight into it, straight at Daniel. Daniel stumbled back. The humming stopped, but now something was in the apartment with him. He could feel it. The next day, Daniel asked the landlord about 6C. The landlord didn't laugh, didn't scoff. He just stared at Daniel and said, "No one's lived there since the door was sealed. We don't talk about it. Neither should you." That night, 3:13 came again, and so did the humming. Only now, it was inside the walls, behind the sink, under the floorboards, right next to his bed. Sometimes he heard whispering, his name, but not in his voice, in a voice that sounded wet. He set up a hallway camera, let it run all night. When he reviewed the footage, the tape glitched at exactly 3:13 a.m., 7 seconds of static. When he slowed it down, frame by frame, there it was. One image, Daniel, standing outside 6C, naked, his eyes gone, and a smile that stretched too wide, splitting open both cheeks. But Daniel had never left his room, or so he thought. He unplugged the TV. It turned itself on, to static, always at 3:13. The voice whispered from inside the speakers, "You're already on this side." He boarded up the mirrors, but reflections still found him, in the water, in his eyes, in the window when it rained. He tried to leave, but every stairwell led him back. Every elevator stopped on the 6th floor. Every exit opened to a hallway with one flickering light. And the door to 6C, now slightly ajar. One morning, a note appeared under his door. No handwriting, no paper, just a strip of skin, stretched and taut like parchment. Burned into it the words, "Stop watching. He sees what you see." That night, the knocking came, but it wasn't fists. It was fingers, too many of them, tapping the walls, tapping his skull from the inside. On the final night, Daniel lost the last piece of himself. He kicked down the door to 6C. Inside was darkness, thick, wet. It smelled like teeth. There was a single chair facing the corner and a mirror smeared with something red. He looked into it. His reflection looked back, but it wasn't him. It whispered, "Thank you for letting me in." Then the door slammed shut, but this time from inside. No one has seen Daniel since. Not really. Someone lives in 6B now. But he doesn't blink. He hums. He smiles too much. And if you walk past at exactly 3:13 a.m., you might hear tapping from the walls, from under your skin. And if you hear your name, don't answer. Because if you do, he knows you're watching. Thanks for watching, like if you made it out. Subscribe if you don't mind being seen.